Hello, I'm Woodland Spirit, and this is a play date of the game Stellaris Console Edition, playing on Xbox One X, available on other consoles and PC systems as well. Now, for this play date, I'm going to try and have a good start. The game itself is a real-time buildy up empire builder. Probably could best describe it. You build up an empire, expand through the galaxy, manage resources, and fend off other empires in the process. Now, when I say I'm going to try and hope and have a good start, I've probably had about 4 or 5 attempts already, and gone wrong somewhere on them. I'm hoping in the process of doing this play date, there might be some things that I could pass on that might be helpful to yourself, or maybe not. I mean, I could be completely talking at me back end for some things, but I'll try my best anyway. So I'm going to start a new game anyway, and I'm going to select my empire. I just for a little note, you can actually create your own empire, customize the traits and whatnot. Is that everything in this game affects something else in the game. So in your empire, you've got your various traits. Can I go select those areas? Nope. And ethics and all sorts like that, and they affect elements within your own society and how you interact with other societies, and so forth. I mean, it's quite complicated, and to really get into the nitty gritty, you would have to read up on a lot of stuff, which is what I haven't really done. But I like to go wading into these things completely blind and working it out as I go along. Hence, this is my now 5th or 6th attempt at trying to have a good start. So, another little note. Obviously, this has changed the elements of the game. I, for some reason, like to have a large galaxy. I just like to have a huge area to explore. That's just me. And there's other little factors that affect the game. But one thing of particular to note, Iron Man mode. If you have Iron Man mode off, it completely disables achievements. You gotta play with Iron Man mode on to earn achievements. So it's useful to note that, and that's hence also why I'm also on my 5th attempt at trying to, because obviously I don't have save games to fall back to, because you can't save. You can only play. It periodically saves, and saves when you exit. It's all on one save file. So I'm going to play anyway. This game also has some very beautiful artwork in it as well, I must point out. So yes, ethics and traits, and that gives you a description of the civilization. I think ethics and traits impact the happiness of your population, I think. But anyway, let's go. So I'm gonna go the full tutorial just for the sake of helping out. Hopefully you'll get a better understanding of the game as I play along.
An excellent decision. You will have my full support. Building a star empire can be a daunting task.
Yes, it can be. So the first thing it points you to is a suit. Yes, you get a little prompt for every part of the game as well, with the tutorials on. One of the main things it points you to is the situation log.
The situation log displays a list of all currently available.
It's basically the mission log, effectively. It's all your tasks to do. And this in here will house various tutorial tasks as well. But one thing I wanted to point out in particular is research.
Is where we will be directing our research effort.
because at no point in the tutorial it points out that you need to be doing research, and you start the game with absolutely no research selected. There's been a couple of times I've started the game, I've been plodding along, following the tutorials, the guidance, completely forgetting research. So I've been getting bonus tasks like in that reward bonus research, and that bonus research is effectively gone to waste because I've got no research on the go. So you got three branches: physics, yes, society, and engineering. So you select one for each effective department. Now, when I'm playing these games, I usually like to go with what will complete the quickest at the time. But as you see, it gives you information of what the benefits of that research is. So, yes, let's just go with one. Select one for society. So unlocks a biolab. Does something. Equals simulation. Planetary unification. Plus the I think yeah. Planetary unification. Empire modifier. Monthly influence +1. That is influence is a useful thing to keep up on, as well as all the research. Well, there's two main resources that's useful to. Well, actually, I'll say three. Influence, food, and energy. Because energy, you have upkeep costs energy. Your food, obviously, it's your population upkeep. And your influence, there's a lot of things that can affect influence, and there's important stuff that costs influence as well. So it's useful to keep up on that. So yeah, we'll set some things research and start off. So in the first situation, log a task you with surveying the whole system. So in the outliner, you always got to be out all the way before you go into another
is where we
part.
can view our planets.
So that basically gives you a breakdown of everything in your civilization, from colonized planets to your military fleet. If you have more than one fleet on the go. Your civilian ship, so this is your construction ship, your science ship, and rally points. Rally points are for when you construct new ships. You set a rally point, and it goes to that rally point. So, I've got 2 rally points, but I don't know how it decides to. One will be civilian, and one will be actually the military, possibly. I didn't work that out, sorry. So outline hideout, outline options. Nothing too drastic there. So I'm getting a little bit of HDMI interference. Annoyingly, come back. Don't do this. Don't do this to me now. Come on. Don't do this to me. Yes, no, yes, no, no. Oh, for God's sake. HDMI cable. Give us a quick moment. Right, I've got something. Yes, I got a picture. Right, okay. So, but no, we're not. This is very annoying. Obviously, you still take a picture in the recording because it's capturing both the cable going to the TV must be a little iffy, but I've got a picture now. So anyway, your home system looking very familiar. It's tasking with surveying the system, so you do that with your science ship.
This is our science ship, which is used to survey astronaut.
As you see, yep. So it's generally just select over a planet and just survey a system. Gives a little route to survey the system. So we've got research set. We've sort of started the first task. Zoom out a little bit. And now we unpause time.
Between pause and play at any time during the game.
Now, personally, I play on the fastest time.
To overcome the vast distances that separate star systems, our scientists have developed.
Yeah. It's just basically means you can travel to different systems. I play in the fastest speed time possible because there's a lot of waiting about on this game. So
we have found an anomaly. From time to time, our science ships will discover strange.
So you get to discover anomalies, and it's usually best just to research an anomaly straight away. Now, I always, if I'm figuring stuff out or setting actions up or anything like that, I always pause the game every time. It just gives you that time to figure it out and everything. So we did say that yes, we would scan an anomaly over Mars, weirdly enough. Now, in fact, I'm going to get ahead of the tutorial a bit, I think.
Here we see a visual representation of this planet's surface, divided into tiles. This tab.
Because you have a colonized planet, you have your star system. How can I pass? Right. You have your colonized planet, you have your star system, and
you can toggle between galaxy and system map.
You have your galaxy. Let's just quick zoom out to give you a scope of the whole lot. So in a system, let me just zoom in. You have your different planets, and from your different planets you can mine resources or mine building resources and research resources. Now, at the same time, you might find planets to colonize, and from the colonize, you can further gain resources on tile maps on that planet. One of the first things it tells you to do, I'm going to get ahead of it, is it tells you to build something. So I'm going to build something now. I tend to try and match up, so you got a few different buildings to build. I tend to try and match the type of building with what natural resources come on that tile. So we got mineral and food, so I'm going to build a mineral mining network 1. Yes. Just basically saying that you lose the food, I think it was saying there. But and also got a population development on that tile. Normally it's best to build on a tile that already has a population occupying it, but it hasn't given us one this time round in the random generation, so we're just going to build on one where one is developing. Right, so set that going. Also, I think, how are we doing on everything? Yes. I'm going to go back into, I'm going to go on to
the view orbiting fleets.
So your spaceport, and this is where you construct ships. So I think I want to start building up my fleet a little bit as well. And then I'm going to let that continue on. As you see, you got my fleet is currently occupies 3 ships and a firepower of 80. And that's just basically saying we have completed the research. Oh, Mars is a terraforming candidate. Interesting. Carry on. So, is my fleet? My fleet is right. Yeah, there we go. There's me 3 ships with a firepower of a measly 80 and HDMI image again. Right. Okay. So spaceport finished construction queue. There's your ship gone into place, and now firepower of 80. So I'll just hold on that. I don't want to build another one. It's usually a good idea to keep your fleet sizes up as much as possible. Just be warned that upkeep costs energy. Not only is the other civilizations out there, there's remains of dead civilizations out there as well. In my last game I was occupying old mining drones a lot, which were quite vicious as well, I might add. Also you'll get pirates.
Construction complete.
So what I've just constructed, oh, and there was another ship. I have a fleet size of 5 with a firepower of 134, and probably also should have had that firepower alone doesn't guarantee success. Obviously you have your fire
complete.
So now it's annoying because sometimes when you get a notification like that, it doesn't automatically pause time. So surface construction queue. So yep, that's done. I'm properly ahead.
Surface tiles on habitable planets are sometimes blocked.
So yeah, it's telling us about.
The alerts panel is where we will see all incoming notifications.
Yeah, because I've not been on the alerts panel yet. I actually wanted to be over here on the outliner. So some tiles are blocked. Yeah, this is the little yellow thing, and to unblock it, you have to clear the tile. I'm gonna clear the energy one, I think. So there we go. Get that clearing. Might as well buy, build the ship while I'm at it. Carry on. Ooh. Get to research from the sun itself. Interesting. One thing I've noticed that anything unsurveyed appears in the dark grey, and anything surveyed appears in white. It's also the same with the system map as well. Anything that's
complete.
A grey, any name that's grey is not a surveyed system, but anything that's a white name is a surveyed system. Just a useful little tidbit.
Yet another impediment to our galactic ambitions has been dealt with. That tile blocker.
So it's basically saying we've cleared that tile. Yay! They all said. That's me survey ship doing its business. I lost it. There it goes. So we've got 6 ships of 165 power. How's research getting on? Slowly but surely. And this is what I mean when it comes to a lot of waiting about in the game.
Anomaly found.
Ooh, research. Ooh, anomaly found on the moon itself. Is it the Black Monolith? These things are random as well. It changes from game to game, so if I do this whole thing again, it'll play out slightly differently. It'll still find anomaly somewhere, because I think that's essential to the tutorial stage of the game. But secondary anomaly, that's not always the case. So, anomaly on the moon, Luna shows traces of interstellar travelers. A weak FTL trail shows that someone was here long ago. So basically there's a other civilizations out there, basically. So yeah. Ooh, hang on. Contact report. Remnants. Weeks after the UNS Sagan's latest fruitful basically it's this is how the civilization has reacted to the recent discovery. It's like, and this usually impact this, what you get here is usually determined by traits of your civilization, of your empire as well. So it's like every little detail is so interconnected in this game. It really is very compelling, complex and compelling. It's like I sometimes feel like I have a love-hate relationship with this game because it's incredibly complex, but it's like I really can't play this game hours on end. I'm just sitting here on the star map, just watching ships go by, move about, traveling from system to system as they carry out tasks, and so forth like that. And there's a lot of that as well, just sitting waiting for the tasks to finish, and then you'll get the excitement of some enemy leftover civilization causing trouble, so then you have to send your fleet in to sort them out. Where are we up to? Oh, hello. So that's basically scientist has gained a level, is now better skilled at tasks.
The survey of our home system has been completed. We now have access.
Very quietly you're saying that basically finished the survey. So now the survey is finished. We need to go. Nope. Keep time paused. We now need to start sending it to other systems to survey. And it's usually best, also to construct a secondary science ship, just to make the task process, because research vessels also can aid in research projects as well, depending on what you discover in neighboring systems. So from here we got the little icons at the bottom of the name. These indicate the resources available or not yet exploited in a given system. And you'll find that as we survey systems, we'll get a lot of these little symbols appearing underneath to exploit to our empire's needs. So building a service ship, we'll send this current science ship off to explore another system. And now we're going to start getting construction ship
used to construct space station
into play, because we're now going to start mining resources. And we don't have enough because I'm constructing a science ship. So let's just...
The resources generated by our homeworld will only
Yep,
take surveyed worlds sometimes possess unique properties. We should continue our exploration efforts.
Yep. I'm doing that. I'm ahead of you.
We may want to consider building a second science...
Yep, I'm ahead of you. I've done this a few times now. Basically, we're building the main station now. We will be rebuilding a research station. We need, it's just saying survey neighboring systems and build a secondary science ship. So,
the victory screen lists certain conditions that we can strive to fulfill to ensure that the legacy of our star nation will endure for as long.
Yeah, no, I've never actually looked at these screens. This screen. So domination victory. Win the game by owning 40% of all habitable planets. Interesting. And the HDMI. There we go back. Conquest victory. Win the game by conquering or subjugating all other empires. I guess that would be more difficult. Federation. Win the game by having your federation own 60% of all habitable planets. Ooh. So there's 76 planets required. 76 planets required! Well, there's a huge star map. So obviously, at the moment I can colonize 3 planets. So I'm guessing there is actually... I've not actually found out how yet. I've not read up on it either. I'm guessing you can actually increase that limit of 3 colonized planets as you go along. I like the sound of the Federation victory though. Anyway, yes, situation log. So yes, science surveys ongoing, build second science ship ongoing, and oh yes, you'll get mandates as well. It's often beneficial to keep an eye on this and try and complete these before the next election cycle, because as you get influence bonuses as well, which is usually helpful. Oh, that reminds me. Usually at the start of a game also,
military fleets are used to protect our emerging...
Your fleet does not start with a commander, and when you don't have a commander, it negatively impacts on the performance of your fleet.
The Leaders tab lets us hire, dismiss, and assign...
So basically, it manages your different leaders for your different departments. So we need to recruit an Admiral. I usually go for the youngest age person, because all of your leaders can age and die as you play through the game. Yeah. Ooh, I realised there was actually a leaders limit. I wonder if that is increasable as well. Interesting. But anyway, oh, as well as recruit them, you're gonna actually assign them. So there we go. We got our fleet commander now, and go. More waiting about.
Double the science ships means double the fun. Oh, I haven't been this excited since we have a brand new science ship, but no scientist has been assigned to command.
Yeah. Like I was on about with the fleet, you've got to assign... Oh, UNS Hubble. You've got to assign a leader as well. And that comes from the same screen. So you've got your research people and then the other science vessel leader as well. So just need to recruit a new one. Again, I usually go for the youngest one, because obviously they'll last a bit longer. Or they should last a bit longer. within the lifespan of the game. And now I've got a science ship doing nothing. So actually I was on where I wanted to be. We need to send it on to another system to explore. Survey system. Resources, probably could do building up a little bit. 32. Don't think I'm gonna get a lot done with 32, am I? That's not quite populated yet. Yeah, let's just...
Good. The scientist has assumed command of our...
Yeah. Science... Ooh. So he's discovered 4 and... Ooh, is that in one... Oh, yes, there's one over one planet. That's pretty good. That'll just take one... each mining station you build uses up 1 energy a month. All the resources are based on...
panel is where we can view our monthly income from energy credits.
As it says, monthly income versus
supply of minerals and energy credits is critical to the well-being of any.
Yeah. So that's basically another situation. Resource production. Plus 10 energy, plus 30 mineral. You'll get that towards as you go along, typically. Each station, each building and ship, mining station, research station, ship you build, surface building other than power generation costs energy to upkeep. Oh, hello. We have something. Traditions. This is another thing you also earn. This is just a general thing you earn as you play, called Unity. And with Unity you can adopt traditions. You don't get it doesn't get a speaky bit of this bit, but it's a little bit there. And with that tradition, you basically it's a bonus thing. You play length of time, you get to unlock a bonus. I found that what's helped with me anyway. The first one I unlocked was the prosperity, which basically gives you a 33% reduction on mining station build cost. And you can't have more than one going at the same time, but each new tradition, each new bonus effectively you buy always costs more. So obviously the next tradition to unlock will cost more, and then more again, and then more again as it goes along. So it's usually best to try and prioritize what you feel would be most beneficial at a particular stage in the game. So in this case it's going to be my mining cost, and then that opens up some other different things, traditions and whatnot to buy up at a later date in 41 months time according to this. That's another element that affects the game. So where are we? 65 resource. Oh, actually 65 resource. That should be enough to build. So construction ships don't need any leader on them, fortunately. But normally the mining station would cost 90 resources, minerals. Now they cost 60 minerals, and that will help a great deal in early stages of actually building up. And then probably the next useful one is one discovery. Yep, research station build cost minus 33%. So it basically puts your mining station and your research stations on a lower cost level. So it helps you building up in those early stages. I found anyway. So we'll aim for that next, but let's continue on. So we've got construction ship doing something. We've got both science ships doing something. We haven't got enough to build any more ships. And what do we have here? Begins the precursor event chain. We have recovered artifact from... Ah, right. So this is a whole... Yeah, it says basically it's an event chain. It's like, it's a long running... It's like a story, running story in the game. You'll get these as you go along.
Situation log updated.
Just gives an added level to the exploration part of it. And if I go in the situation log, we've now got that. So somewhere in the galaxy, we recover 6 more artifacts and locate the home system. I'm not sure what benefit locating the home system is. I know there's achievement tied to it. I know that much. But I don't think I'm going to get to that in this playdate in particular. So let's continue on. More waiting about.
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
Oh. As our science ship scans the surface of Alpha Centauri 4, it becomes quite clear that we have found something out of the ordinary. Its composition and history provides it. So basically this is another... Oh. Planet modifier appears on Alpha Centauri. We should take the opportunity together. We will surely come across even more regular. Basically, it's these little things that affect the game. There's lots of it in for the full game. It's basically saying there's an anomaly we can research. 20% failure risk. I think that's within tolerable levels. So the higher the anomaly levels, the greater the risk. But the higher the science, the leader's skill level, the less that risk is. So it's usually good to build up your leaders in terms of skill level. Construction ship doing something, science ship doing something, science ship doing something, not enough resources to do anything else. Ooh, I've never actually viewed the build of this thing.
Manually design new ships in the ship.
Oh. Yeah, so this is basically giving us a bonus of 60 physics research points. This is what I meant about the little bonuses. If you don't have any research going, all of that goes to waste. So let's just quickly zoom out of that. Pause for a moment and go on research. You find that the physics has had a little bit of boost. It's now 11 months. Of course, yeah. If you look up here, that's your different gain on... Oh, it's stored to 60. Why is it stored to 60? Unless that gets applied to it in the following month. We'll see. I've never noticed that store. Why doesn't that actually say when it's... I didn't think you could store research. I don't think you can. I think that's probably just because it's a bonus gained, and we have a. It's even now I'm discovering little things about this game. It's really something. Okay. Yes. So actually, I've got a science ship doing nothing now because we've finished surveying Alpha Centauri. Let's get it surveying this place, whatever it is. Yeah. Survey system. Situation log, ship design. Now, we'll do this because it's part of the tutorial.
All
Ship
the
design.
ships in use within our empire are designed here. New hull sizes and components will be unlocked as we research new technologies.
So basically, it's probably best just to leave everything on auto best as you research new technologies. These automatically apply to the current ship designs. If you wanted to, you can create a design, do the different components and whatnot, or just auto-complete ship.
Good job.
Save.
The ship design has been added to our database.
And then you can build it on the station. But I'm not. I'm just going to remove it again and just keep it with the auto bits. Leave it at that. Let it do its job. I'm not sure if there's any benefit of designing your own ship in particular, other than the fact that you can customize it to cost less. Because as you research new technologies that are then applied to the design, the creation costs go up as well. But I will leave that for the moment. Everything's doing something. Sitting waiting. And I believe I've got a cup of tea going cold now. Yep. Drinking a cup of tea while we're waiting.
Very good. The new mining station is operational, and it has already begun gathering resources for processing.
So, completed construction mining station in orbit of Neptune. Hurrah! So, we've now got a surplus of 4 energy every month. If you remember, in the situation log, we've got a research mandate of building 4 research stations. We could take advantage of the fact that we got a surplus of 4 every month and build 4 research stations. Now, so far, we've got 2 possibilities in 1 in each system. Now, before I continue with that thought, it's useful to point out that the little blue blob is effectively my territory. As you colonize planets and build outposts and I think there's other little factors that slightly affect it also. you expand on this territory. With the exception of outposts, you can only build within your territory. You build outposts to extend your territory. Now, you can colonize planets outside your territory also. And that's obviously another method of extending your territory as well, once the planet is fully colonized. So yes, we've got 2 research station possibilities so far, anyway, out of the systems we've surveyed. So I might as well get... You can't actually control the construction from here, but you will build everything. So it says build mining stations, that will build all possible mining stations. You said build research station, all possible research stations. It shows up the option for build frontier outpost, but you don't... That's just daft on this system. I think it would actually still show up red, even though if I had the resources to build it. But if you want to be very selective, you just go into the system and select the particular one that you want to build, and then you're done. But ooh, class G. Is ours on the class G? Really? Anyway, no. Cancel. See, at the moment I need 90 resources and I can't build 90. Actually, I can't put it in orbit. Can I put enter orbit? Might as well get into position ready to build the station. Meanwhile, we'll wait a little bit again.
System survey complete.
So, all the resources available in that system is 2 mineral. It's not particularly good, is it? You have to start exploring outside the region now, aren't you? I'm gonna start with here. Go for it. Well, it does help to unpause time as well. Vortex, is that a black hole? Sometimes when you're close to the system, you can...
Great work. The stars neighboring our home system have been fully explored. System survey complete.
Basically, another survey system surveyed. So we've got a science ship doing nothing. You are there. You can go and survey this system closest to you. So hop to it.
We should now be ready to extend our great civilization to a second world. This will require the construction of a colony ship. Now that we have explored some of our neighboring stars, it might be time to extend our reach. Frontier out.
Yep, so basically it's going into what I was on about just before with the colonizing of planets and building outposts. The colonize... What... It's think for a moment, because To colonize a planet requires a colony ship. Now, previous games I've come to the conclusion it's probably a good idea to actually colonize other planets as soon as possible, because obviously once you colonize other planets you've got your surface for extra resources. Question is, do I prioritize colonizing over the mandate? Which basically means just hanging tight a little bit, effectively. See, all throughout the game you gotta make these little decisions on what to do and what you decide obviously impacts other elements. So it has a maintenance cost of 8 energy, so we'll be in -4. No, not necessarily. No, I will do one thing, I think. I'm going to build mining station for this energy. Because that's going to become very useful. Obviously, any high level resources, all, ooh, 3 and 3. There's only 2 in that. So far, oh, that has finished surveys, 2, 2 and 2. Nothing special. I've never really thought about it this much either in the previous games. I was like, what is my next step? I've played 3 years and 7 months, or nearly 8 months. No, nearly 7. Anyway. Right, so anyway, I've got that mining station building up for the energy.
Anomaly found.
Right. Yep, research. Go. Set them up, because
Research complete.
oh, we've completed research. Oh, that was the physics research I was on about. So that's actually completed. Gravity sensors, planet sensors range. Oh, okay. Energy storage capacity. Global energy management unlocks capacity overload. Unlocks building energy grid. I think that'll be more useful. So the research possibly finished a couple of months in advance. I'm curious now. It did use what was stored. I'm presuming. Yes, anyway. Carry on. Build your energy mining facility Please go. Construction ship.